actually didn't start as a success at first. And also our friendship didn't actually start online. So we actually met in school. We were at the right age of 11 years old. That's literally us in school.
Exhibit A.
Literally Exhibit A. We were in high school and we were at 11 years old, and also we had a friendship of like 30 people. So as you can imagine, 30 people going into your adulthood isn't really likely.
Definitely beneficial.
Yeah, and we were 11 years old 15 years ago, so you guys can...
Don't say that.
Yeah, sorry. But so throughout high school friends, and then actually stuck to just us three throughout sixth form and throughout uni, and here we are.
That is a brief story of how we met. But how did Diary Room begin? Diary Room began at my home in my living room at 5 a.m. The best ideas happen at 5 a.m. Raise your hand if you agree. There should have been a higher raise of hands because you should have been up for fudging. Yeah? You should have been up till early in the morning. That's how our best ideas happen. And that's the idea of Diary Room. So how did we come up with the name Diary Room? It happened because Big Brother has this thing called the confession room. And sure, someone who's aware. And the diary room is where you basically share your secrets, share your opinion on life, share your diary essentially. So that's how the name came about. But when we wanted to start social media, it was a wave of TikTok. It was COVID, it was 2021. And in the UK there were regulations. You could only have 6 people at a time in your home. Luckily these two, they made the cut.
Thank you very
So
much.
you should be thankful for the career you have today. And I actually that's circle in my home. But there was a restriction of 6, and we discussed how we were gonna approach making content on TikTok. Because at the time we didn't see representation or people that looked like us. We were visibly Muslim hijabis. A lot of the content we saw and a lot of the entertainment and the spaces that we were taking from were not Muslims. So we wanted to change that. And that is how the Diary on TikTok came about. Now, we started to build a community, and this community were engaging a lot naturally, and they demanded and wanted longer form content from us. We didn't agree.
We honestly thought that really wasn't us. We cringed. We thought to ourselves like, we're not people who can go on YouTube and can do long form content, like it's quick videos. And most of our videos on TikTok were from Snapchat. It was all repurposed content, which we'll actually speak about later on.
What did they talk about?
With James Blood. We hope you guys read it. But yeah, like we didn't think that we could actually do long form content, and that was our first downfall. We shouldn't ever think to ourselves that we can't do something, especially if it's already receiving an amazing
Being received well.
Exactly.
And we shouldn't think it's cringe or embarrassing, because embarrassment, unfortunately, is the price of success. You have to put your face out there. You have to, well, not necessarily, but you have to share your voice, essentially. If you want to be heard, you want to be seen, and if you want your stories to be shared. And we had to bite the bullet. We thought, how are we going to do this in a low maintenance, low effort way? We had no budget, no funding, no studio, no equipment. And so that is how the beginning of the podcast began.
Yeah. So we started the first debut on YouTube as a podcast channel. We now currently have 2, but we'll get onto the second page. But the birth of Diary on YouTube started as a podcast. As you can see, no lighting, no budget. Our headphones have locks on them.
Pixelated.
We use our meaty tripod, an iPhone that has no storage. If anyone has iPhone here, you know about storage issues. So yeah, we had passion, we had drive, we had a purpose, and we had a role to fill as Black Muslim hijabis, and we knew that we needed to fill space to be the representation that we wanted to see.
And I feel like that was where we actually won in life, because we didn't have the most fancy equipment. We didn't kind of think to ourselves, let's just wait to just buy a camera, buy lighting. We thought we'll use our iPhone, we'll use our tripod that only works at a certain angle. And in doing so, we actually went from 0 to 60,000 subscribers in about a month, I think. It was a year.
Yeah, it was about
a year, yeah. If it was a month, that would be crazy. But yeah, I feel like because we were so consistent and we didn't just wait to be perfect, that's actually how it happened. And at 60,000 subscribers as well, we got the attention of a video production company. And
Through networking,
yeah. We were able to network through them. And while speaking to them, we were able to work together. And they actually helped us to produce high quality videos and go from 60k to 100k a month. Then, from 100k to 200k in the second month. And finally, we went from 200k to 300k in the third month. It just didn't seem real.
We want to reiterate the big jump, because what changed in that time was production quality. So even though we had the idea, this is why it's sneaking perfection in the start is not important. We started with low budget, low funding, a studio which, by the way, we have a side story. This studio operated on credit. So you have to sign up. Once you sign up, you get a session for free. You can only sign up with one email. There was 3 of us. We used 3 emails, we got 3 sessions.
It didn't stop there.
It doesn't stop there. We have university emails, we use those emails too. It doesn't stop there, we have work emails, we use those emails too. Then we have family. We have friends.
They really support our journey, so we're very thankful.
Yeah, we also have extended family. So it carried on. You can imagine to this day, we can still be using those 3 sessions after we upgraded. So our point is, you didn't need to seek perfection at the start because we started with our low budget and it got the attention of a high production network, a high production company through the process of network. This is why events like this is so important as well. You guys will have the chance to network with individuals like that who can upgrade your content.
Yeah.
So you made a big jump between 100 to 300 and that got us noticed.
So these are a collection of brands, UK creators that we worked with. These are spaces that we were never meant to fill. We're not the conventional creators. We're hijabi, we're black, we're female, we're Muslim. There was so much barriers. We're not meant to fill these spaces yet. Within a year of getting production, we worked with probably top 10 creators in the UK, all the big YouTube companies in the UK, broadcast companies like Channel 4. It just kept going and it all stemmed down to passion, purpose, and the fact that you're speaking to a community that want you to represent them and they believe in you and that's all you need.
And they resonate with your content, exactly. And we realized with the exposure that we were getting through these collabs, the impact we were having, we knew our why, we knew our purpose, and we knew why we started. So we spoke about how we got here, but this is the reason why we stayed. The response that we got from our community, from young Muslim women, from young Muslim girls, telling us the impact that our content had just from being visible. We're not the most knowledgeable people in the room, we're not scholars. Students of knowledge, getting there inshallah, pray for us. But this is the impact we were having by just being visible, wearing the hijab. People are saying they're just starting their modesty journeys. They started putting on the hijab. Why? Because of visibility. They saw us, and in that they saw themselves.
Guys, dawah does not have to be loud. You don't have to shout at the rooftops. Obviously we should, but you do what's within your strengths. Dawah does not have to be loud. Dawah is as simple as us doing a normal video that's not related to Islam, but we're saying inshallah, we're saying mashallah, we're saying certain words that someone might think, let me search what that means, and all of a sudden, it's a catalyst, it's a domino effect.
Exactly, yeah, and I feel like as well, a lot of our stories are all about things that happen in God's time as well. And I feel like that also influences our audience too, because they see, like, they watch our stories and they think to themselves, they have so much trust in God, so, and like all of these things are actually happening for them. And they also see all of our downfalls and the fact that we're not upset about it, because we have so much trust in God. And I feel like just having that and just being authentically you as well, like we never ever filter who we are just to kind of like fit into a box and just to kind of fit into where everyone else is. I feel like just because we're ourselves and because we're authentically us, it allows it to just be easier to even do that work. Do you know what I mean?
I think there's 3 things to take from this ultimately. Firstly, we're back to our purpose as well. Like the dad said, that word does not need to be loud. The Prophet ﷺ said, convey from me even if it's just one verse. Saying to mashallah, smiling at sunnah, sharing the sunnahs. We have a deep dive segment on our podcast, a really small fragment, but it's just enough to make an impact. And inshallah, Allah accept it from us. But we want 3 things that you can take away from our session today. Number 1, what's your impact, what's your purpose? Number 2, stop seeking perfection. You're going to start from, everybody has to start from somewhere. Forget about the perfect set, perfect podcast, the perfect sound engineer, the perfect production. You're not going to, nobody starts that way. You'll get there one day, inshallah. And number 3, repurposing content, which again, we're going to reiterate in our workshop later on the importance of
From 5 to 6.
repurposing content from 5 to 6, shameless plug. But yeah, please, guys, those are the 3 things we want you to take away from this. And Jazakallah khair, Global Muslim Content Summit, for welcoming us on your stage, giving us this platform to share our story.